uit. Mooie keerzin.
Are you sitting further on in the correct way? Antibon James, and then Senoi Ishwa, and then is Ulile. Oh, is it a bag? Yeah, and then who's the bag? Who's the bag? Yana John. Where's the cooler? Yeah. Oh,
what do you 5 here?
Yeah, number 5. And then France Mogotsa, Theo, France, just this side, eh? Sorry, just this side, eh? France, who's France?
Yes, I'm listening.
See? Mogotsa, you must just come and sit here.
Yes, I'm listening.
No,
They say I can't go this side.
you must sit just so you can go this side. Yeah, you must this here. Then Mr. Bester. And then is it Mojo next to Mr. Bester. Sorry, okay. And then Mr. Mojo. And then Joe Mageta. Okay, Mr. Mageta, you can just come inside and just stand in the corner there, please. Smaller, yeah, but you can just maybe stand or something, but you can stand. Okay, let him stand there. Hey, sorry, Mr. Mageta. It's fine. I think it's going to be. Just you can just stand up when they come. Yeah, it's too full. Okay, you can sit there. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Bester. Mr. Dlamini?
Yes, please support my lord. My lord, I confirm appearance on behalf of number 1, being duly briefed by Mutlou attorneys.
Matonga tennis.
Yes, please support me.
Only for accused number 1.
Only for number 1.
Thank you.
As it pleases the court,
Mr.
I am appearing
Is
for
that Mr. Van Wyk?
instructed by legal aid.
Is that Mr. Van Wyk?
Yes.
That is accused number
Accused number
2. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Van Wyk.
May it please you, my lord, confirm your appearance on behalf of accused number 3 and 6.
3 and 6.
3 and 6, my lord. Mr. Court, please.
Thanks, Mr. Maguri.
As the court pleases, my lord, I appear for accused number 4 on a brief from Ryan Ismail attorneys.
Thanks, Mr. Diba. You say accused number 4.
Number 4, my lord.
Thank you.
As it pleases the court, my lord, Mohammed Sidat, I appear for accused number 7. I'm coming on record today.
Accused
A brief
number
from
7.
Accused number 7, Your Worship. Brief from Sally attorneys.
Thank you, Mr. Sidat.
As the court pleases, my lord.
As the court pleases, my lord, I'm Mr. Tebe from Tebe attorneys. I confirm that I'm on record for accused number 8.
Accused number 8.
If, however, my lord, I apply that I be, my mandate has come to an end. I apply that I be excused from this proceedings.
Are you
I formally withdraw.
are you withdrawing as attorney for
Yes,
accused
I
number 8?
understand this. Accused number 8 has procured another legal representative.
You haven't filed a formal notice, isn't it?
I did not file a formal notice, my lord, hence my presence here today.
Ms. Bester?
I also didn't receive a formal notice of his withdrawal.
Thanks, Ms. Bester. You are then excused, Mr. Tebe.
I'm indebted to the court, my lord. As the court pleases.
As the court pleases, my lord, I confirm that I have received instructions to appear on behalf of accused number 8 in this matter.
You are also the instructing attorney.
I'm also
to
the
Mr.
instructing
Lemay.
attorney, my lord, in respect of accused number 1.
Yes.
As
So-
the court pleases,
So
my lord.
now you on record for accused number?
Number 8, my lord.
Thanks, Mr.
As the court pleases.
Thank you.
May it please the honorable court, my lord, I have been asked by Mr. Tusi, who could not be present today, to formally withdraw in respect of accused number 9.
Accused number 9.
As the court pleases, my lord.
Ms.
May-
Bester?
May it please the court, my lord. My apologies.
Okay.
I missed number 5.
Accused number
Who's
9.
Nine.
appearing for accused number 5? May it please the court, my lord. Number 5 applied for legal aid. Yes. So we are representing accused number 5 and then as well as accused number 9, my lord.
Accused
So
5
both
and
number
9.
9. They both applied for legal aid today, my lord, so we are granting legal aid. As it pleases the court.
Excuse me, Ms. Bester, you don't have problems with Mr. Diba's submission?
Mr. Tuzi, I don't know what is his surname, I just know him as Tuzi. He phoned me yesterday and he informed me that he is going to ask Mr. Diba to stand in for him to withdraw on his behalf, my lord. But I just think we must get everything on record. Previously, for accused number 7, there were 2 lawyers involved, Mr. Jan Loubser as well as a Mr. Mattia. Both of them filed notices regarding the withdrawal of them. And then we also received a withdrawal from Mr. Kunani, and Mr. Kunani was on behalf of accused, now I can't remember. Mr. Kunani was on behalf of accused number 8, wasn't he?
It was number 5.
Number 5, sorry, Malay. Sorry, so that is that. So this was supposed to be a pre-trial. But as of the events that happened, my lord, a pre-trial is not going to happen today. So we've agreed upon us, and I also compiled a draft order regarding the rest of the proceedings, that they must come, and I just want to ask the register to provide the court with a copy of that. You already have got that. That we are going to postpone this matter, my lord, if it's in order with everyone, up until the 5th of June for purposes of pre-trial. And
Or the 29th of?
no, the 5th of June. That's the last paragraph, my lord. That is not completed. I left it open so that the court can just confirm with all the lawyers if that date is suitable.
You say the 29th of June?
No, the 5th of June.
The 5th of June. It's not on the draft order, isn't it?
That only the date is left open, the last paragraph, my lord.
And postponed to the 5th of June for what purpose?
For pre-trial.
For pre-trial.
My lord, paragraph 1 of the draft order is that the legal representatives must collect the copies of the dockets of, before on the 29th of March 2024. After this, and the DPP will hand the contents of the dockets to them as soon as we receive proof of payment. But I can confirm that we already made the copies in that regard, so they are available. And that I undertake that if there are going to be any, if I receive any new statements, I will inform them accordingly and provided that to them. But, my lord, because of the issues, and today is in fact a waste of time, I think it is important to establish already today if the new lawyers and if the lawyers who are appearing today are, if they receive financial instructions in this regard, as it pleases the court. And then I will address you regarding...
It's not contained in the draft order, that aspect that you've just raised.
That day?
In respect of financial instructions.
I didn't add that on. I think that I would rather prefer if you handle that, my lord.
Ms. Bester?
Okay, my lord, if the 5th of June is in order, I would ask the court to postpone the matter up until the 5th of June. Then two of my learned colleagues are going to address you regarding the bail conditions where the accused must report at a certain police station. I don't have a problem with that, my lord. They must just confirm that. And unfortunately, my lord, we need a formal order from the court on a court letterhead before we can change it. But we agreed that that will come into effect as from next week. So that gives the court time to prepare the court order. And it also will give the police the time to serve it and to notify all the different police stations.
Let me see whether I understand you, Ms. Bester. You say that two of them are going to come with the variation of the bail conditions.
Yeah.
And what about next week for the preparation of the court order?
Yeah, in order for us to change that, it must be on a formal letterhead of the court before we can inform the police about that. So that must be a typed version on a
Could
court.
you enlighten me on the wording of the envisaged variation of the condition?
I think it's better for them, but they know exactly who they are, my lord, and I would like them to address you in that regard. I know it's accused number 2, is it right? Accused number 2? You can just stand up and address the court about that.
Okay, we'll come to that point. Thanks, Mr. Mann. And is that all, Miss?
One more aspect, my lord. This morning I received information regarding accused number 7, Bester, that he is taking chronic medication for diabetics, but he refused to have his food this morning, and he also again refused to take his breakfast that they brought from him from Grootvlei. I discussed that with his new lawyer, and I asked him to address that with his client, and maybe he can just confirm if he solved the problem with Mr. Bester in that regard. And I've got nothing more to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bester.
This is the court, my lord. In response to my learned colleague in regards to accused number 7 and him not wanting to have his meal this morning, the issue is not him wanting to have the meal, Your Worship. The issue herein is, if he does have that meal, my client is a diabetic, Your Worship, and the food that was provided to him will spike his sugar levels. They have not taken that into consideration. If they have, Your Worship, they will offer him food which would be consistent to giving someone who has diabetes. He has medication which he needs to consume. Unfortunately, he cannot take the medication because he hasn't consumed any food thus far. He's informed them numerous times, but they refuse. I was in the cells myself. I've seen what type of food they...
What is happening today, or are we talking
Today,
about?
Your Worship, this morning.
So what is actually sought, or?
Your Worship, accused number 7 cannot literally consume any food this morning because the sugar levels and the carbohydrates are very rich in the food that they're offering to give him. And I was privy and witness to that. It's not conducive to give him the said food to someone who suffers from diabetes. That's the reason he refused to eat the meal, Your Worship.
So what is the request?
My request is that my client receive food conducive to a diabetic, Your Worship. That is not high in sugar, and that a diabetic can tolerate, if I may say so, in respect to the food. Your Worship, I would also like to bring to the court's attention, I further have instructions from my client that he has been refused or denied any phone calls to his legal representatives while he is in custody. And denied a phone call as recent as yesterday, a day before his court date, as well, Your Worship, my Lord.
So are you seeking this again?
Your Worship, we humbly seek that a directive and order be given by this honorable court that he has free access to his legal representatives. If he needs to contact them, Your Worship, or contact us, he has that available. Your Worship, I believe it's constitutional right to allow him a phone call, or when his attorneys do call him, that he is allowed.
Was this matter ever taken up with the relevant authorities?
Your Worship, I've just received instruction this morning.
I see.
As I've only been placed on record this morning, my Lord. There's also the aspect of clothes, where my client has been denied access to his own clothing.
Clothes?
To his own clothing, Your Worship, even for purposes of coming to this court.
Excuse me, your client, clothes, is he an awaiting trial prisoner?
Your Worship, indeed. Accused number 7, coming to court, Your Worship. He's been forced by the authorities as per my instruction.
Is it in respect of attending
this court today, Your Worship?
Or is it also in respect of the other days? Or it's
in respect
solely
of
in
attending
respect
court.
of?
That's my instruction, Your Worship. In respect, my Lord. Your Worship, I did address the issue of the chronic medication. My Lord, I did address the issue of chronic medication which he needs to take after consuming a meal. Indeed,
are you
my
saying
Lord,
is that all?
Indeed, that is all for now, as the court pleases.
Thanks, Mr. Seeded. Ms. Bester, on this aspect of Mr. Seeded?
My Lord, I think regarding the food, I think the police can address that. Regarding the protocol of the phone calls, we can't interfere with their protocol. I know that it is strict and there are certain protocols that they must follow. So with all due respect, I don't think it would be advisable for the court to make an order. The reason why there is a protocol, because they can also phone other people and committed further crimes in the prison. That is why there is some certain protocols regarding the phone calls. Regarding his clothes, it doesn't look like you have the orange, normally the orange overall on, that they do wear, so I don't know what is the problem, but that is also not my concern at all. I've got nothing to do with that, and with all due respect, I also think that the court cannot order correctional services in that regard, because we don't know what is their certain protocol in that regard, and that's that. But regarding the food, I think the police can see if they can assist him. I don't know. I have no idea what do diabetics eat, if it's bananas or oranges or anything like that. I have no idea.
The question of the food, is it for the day, for today that is?
It's only for today. He's transported from the prison in Joburg, and he's going to be transported immediately back after the adjournment.
Thank you. That takes care of Mr. You want a replication, Mr. Seeded?
I beg your pardon, my Lord.
You'd like to replicate on that?
Indeed, my Lord. I believe the accused person has a right to legal representation. He has a right of access to his legal representation, Your Worship. That is standard protocol. When the accused is denied that right, my Lord, it's an injustice. The accused, like all the other accused, Your Worship, or my Lord, in any other courts or in any other matters, they have access to their own clothing, my Lord. My client is being targeted in this matter, where he's directed to only wear what the officials at the prison direct him to wear, my Lord.
Excuse me, I missed the last part.
Where they only direct him to wear the clothes that they set out. That is my instruction, Your Worship, my Lord, as the court pleases.
Thank you, Mr. Seeded.
I made a mistake. It is correctional services who are responsible for his food, because accused number 7 is a sentenced prisoner. So he can't wear whatever he wants. And I don't understand the fact that he didn't have access to his lawyers. The way I understood it this morning, that this new legal team only received this morning instructions. Now, what legal team didn't he have any then? Did they deny him access? That is the way I was informed.
Let's say that your client is an awaiting trial prisoner.
No.
I beg you.
He's a sentenced prisoner.
Okay, are you
For
aware
life.
of that, Mr. Prisoner? Excuse me, Mr. Seated? Mr. Seated?
Indeed,
Because you
Your
brought me under the impression that he's awaiting trial.
My lord is awaiting trial in respect of this matter, but he is a sentenced prisoner.
I see. Okay.
Indeed,
Thanks.
my lord.
Thanks, Mr. Seated. That is all, Ms. Bester.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
My lord.
We'll attend to that matter just now, Mr. Seated. In respect of the draft order and and one of the aspects that were raised by Ms. Bester, I'll start with you, Mr. Tlami.
Apologies, my lord.
Yes.
There was one aspect that was raised by my learned colleague in as far as the bail conditions are concerned. I do not know if the court would want me to address that now or later on.
Okay, can you give us space that we just
As the court pleases.
get some orderliness into
As the court pleases.
If I miss that, you'll remind me, Mr.
I'll do so, my lord. As the court pleases.
Mr. Dlamini, I'll start with you in respect of the draft order, and also the aspect that was raised by Ms. Bester. I think it will also touch on Mr. McClone now that he is the instructing attorney here. That is in respect of the financial instructions, as you usually call it. That you fully put in funds. The idea is, this is an aspect that was taken earlier on, and I thought that it will be contained in the way forward in the draft order. Apparently it is not. But for the sake of orderliness, that there is no disruption in due course. What is the position with in respect of your client?
My lord, I'm not sure if it will
But
be.
first, can you start with the draft order? You have a copy of the draft order.
Draft order.
Do you confirm the contents of the draft order?
Fully aware of the contents thereof.
And the
also,
fifth aspect is actually the one I think that I'm addressing now in respect of the pecuniary, the fees. Are your fees covered, and that there is no disruption in due course, that there is a possible withdrawal, that you are not putting funds?
my lord, as much as a counsel, I have been briefed. But
So I say that it also
I have some concerns with regard to that aspect. Particularly, my lord, because we have not reached a stage wherein we can be able to say, out of all the list of witnesses that we have been provided, we're looking at approximately the duration of the trial which may exist for how long, because that is very important in order to determine whether or not it will be feasible and practically possible for an attorney to say, I have enough funds to cover for the duration of the trial. So my point, my lord, is that how about
the reason why it was not put in as 0.5 in the draft order?
I assume so, man. I assume so. But to my way of thinking, I would suggest that since we're still coming back here on the 5th, can this matter not be ventilated on that particular day? When the state will then be able to say, my lord, I have so many witnesses, and out of all these witnesses, it is expected that the trial might run for so long. Because right now we don't know whether the trial will run for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or a month or 2 months. So it will be my plea and my request, my lord, that this matter be held over until the next appearance when we do the pre-trial, and then it will be determined on that particular day, if it pleases you, master.
Thanks, Mr.
Otherwise, the last
Mr.
aspect,
Tlabeni.
my lord, regarding the date of the next remand being the 5th of June, I'm comfortable with that, my lord. The date suits me.
As a date for the pre-trial.
5th of June.
As a date for the pre-trial.
The 5th of June.
Yes, my lord, it's the 5th.
Dlamini, Mr. Mtlom, do you confirm what your counsel has said?
I do confirm, my Lord.
And you confirm the draft order?
I do confirm the draft order, my Lord.
And the date of postponement?
Indeed so, my Lord. That is in order, my Lord. I must indicate, my Lord, furthermore, just to touch on what my learned colleague has said under my brief, that take the opportunity to also address those issues on behalf of accused number 8, that indeed that issue of being properly placed in funds has not arisen, particularly in respect of the fact that, take into account that there are still preliminary issues underway. Until those are resolved, we shall be in a position.
So you say that we are still in early stages?
It's still early stages, my Lord. It's still early stages, particularly because that would actually be tantamount to putting the cart before the horse. We might not know how long the trial will last. We are, at the moment, we confirm that at the moment we are duly instructed in respect of accused number 1 and as well as accused number 8. So that's how far we can take it.
An aspect that could be revisited on the date of the pre-trial.
The matter will be revisited on that particular date.
Because by that time you'll have had the dockets and so on.
Indeed so, my Lord. Indeed so, my Lord. That confirmed.
That will be all.
That will be it, my Lord. As a court pleases, my Lord.
But I received...
Definitely you are, Ms. Bester.
I know. And I apologize for that.
Okay.
But I think that is going to be helpful to the court. I look at the 212Bs that we did receive, and I can't see that we could do it in less than 24 weeks, because mainly everything is in dispute. So that they can take into consideration for their planning.
I think the long and short of the submissions that we've had thus far is that that aspect that you raised may be a bit premature, in the sense that the overall picture is not yet.
But I can help them with the overall picture, with the information that I received. 24 weeks at least.
24 weeks at least. So do I understand you to be subtly saying that you confirm that this matter should be revisited at a later stage?
Well, what we can do it on the later stage, but on that stage, when they do their planning now, they must realize that with that I received at the moment, I can't see that we can do it in less than 24 weeks.
Thank you for that, Ms. Bester.
Although I was out of order, thank you, my Lord.
Well, it seems as if it came in good stead.
Thank you.
So what I'll do is that what I'm saying that is that to save time, I'm not going to raise that aspect because it was an aspect that was to be in the draft. Thanks, Ms. Bester. Mr. Dieber, I think you, excuse me, who's next is Mr. Van. Gentlemen, let me put it this way to save time. All of you are in possession of the draft order. All the 4 points that are raised in the draft order and the postponement date of the 5th of June 2024, do you confirm you're agreeable with that? Let's start here, Mr. Dieber, and then we go on.
I confirm, same, my Lord.
Thanks, Mr. Malamis. Excuse me, Mr. Sedat.
I do confirm.
Thank you.
Date as it pleases the court, my Lord.
Thank you, my Lord. We confirm so, my Lord.
Thank you.
Confirmed, my Lord. Court pleases.
And please, the court, my Lord, I confirm. Thank you, Mr. You're with you. Right. Then, as far as the draft order is concerned, I'm going to make it an order. But there's still the aspect, Mr. Sedat, I'll be with you. Mr. Maburi, you wanted to raise the question of the bail conditions.
My Lord would remember that this court granted the accused bail, and specifically accused number 6, and this application is on behalf of accused number 6, Mr. Diego Mahoza, my Lord. And it's an application to vary the bail conditions, to vary the bail conditions, my Lord, in as far as the police station to which he reports is concerned. My Lord would remember that in terms of the judgment, and particularly paragraph 3.2 thereof, the appellants, as they then were, It reads, the appellants shall report to the Kagisanon police station on Mondays between the hours of 600 and in the morning and 1800 in the afternoon. The only variation that we seek, my lord, and pray that this court grants, is that instead of the Kagisanon police station, it be the Mangaung police station. It is the police station that is closest and most convenient for accused number 6, my lord. I have discussed it with my learned colleague for the state, and she indicated that she has no qualms there.
Variation of that, of paragraph what?
It's paragraph 3.2.
And you say that the reporting should be?
To the Mangaung police station.
And not?
And not the Kagisanon police station, my lord.
The terms of reporting remain the same?
They can remain the same.
So the only amendment you seek is actually the police station?
The police station. That is the only amendment that is sought.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Mulu.
As the court pleases, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Bester?
I agree. I don't have any problem with that.
Now, what is it that you wanted that it should be prepared before next week, that it should be in order? Because it's only the variation.
At this stage, absolutely nothing. My lord.
Thanks, Ms. Bester. Then, Mr. Mruri, your application is granted. The police station will be amended to read that the accused should report to the Mangaung police station instead of the Kagisanon police
As the
station.
court pleases, my lord, and I'm indebted to the court.
Thank you. Then the only aspect that is remaining is actually about yours, Mr. Seelat, isn't it?
Indeed so, my lord.
Yes, and it is sorry. Actually, there are three aspects that you raised: the food, the phone calls, and the clothes. You understand your position that you have just this morning received instructions.
Indeed, my lord. Only received instructions this morning.
And we're going to be postponing the matter in a short while. I think I suggest that you have an in-depth, or during your consultations without being prescriptive, that you take these matters with your client, because as far as the aspect of the food is concerned, the food that he's going to receive now, is he going to receive the food from the point of view of the SAPS, or will it be from the correctional services point of view?
My lord, I'm not entirely sure, because the gentleman who offered my client food this morning was not sure where that food had come from either, whether it's from the correctional services or the SAPS, police services.
Okay. I think in this respect that I think take it up with the police, and Ms. Bester, of course, I'm sure you'll be of assistance here in respect of that. Thanks. Okay. And secondly, the aspect of the phone calls. I think that is a serious matter that is actually of fundamental and of a constitutional nature. And I think instead of treating it slapdash, that you should really take the instructions, because it seems as if this is going to be a long trial. If I listen to the state that there may be 24 weeks and so forth.
Indeed so.
That you really take it up, because then it may mean that you may come up with a substantive application. That it is not just something that is being said without actually having crucial information in that respect. Absolutely. So I would...
Indeed, we'll do so, my lord.
And the question, the aspect of the clothes can be taken up, because
Yeah,
it's just transitional.
Absolutely.
Would you be happy with that, Mr. Sedat?
Indeed, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sedat. I think we've covered all the issues, Ms. Bester. Then, on that note, then this matter is then postponed for the pre-trial to be
Accused
held.
one is in custody, my lord.
Accused one is in custody.
Is in custody.
Tell me, is it accused one?
Nandipa Magodumani.
Is she the only one who's in custody?
She's in custody. Accused number 7, Thabo
Excuse
Bester
me,
is in
is it
custody.
accused number 1? Which accused are in custody, Ms. Bester?
Accused 1,
Yes.
yeah. Accused 7, and accused 9. Accused 8.
The rest are on bail.
They are on bail. The same conditions are applicable.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bester. Now the matter is then, as I said earlier, is postponed to the pre-trial date of 5 June 2024. The status quo remains in respect of accused 1, 7, and 8. They'll remain in custody, and the status quo will remain the same in respect of the remaining accused, and their bail is extended. Thank you.
My lord, my learned colleague informed me that she's ready to proceed. May I be excused?
Unfortunately, I'm going to adjourn, Ms. Bester,
Great.
because we're having a number of pre-trials. Thank you very much. We adjourn.
Nee, hy gaan nie want hy het volle bors gesweer. So